Hello viewers, you're welcome to my channel. My name is Emeka, the Chief Priest. If this is the first time of seeing me, you're highly welcome. On this channel, I discuss spiritual tips and help people live a spiritual active life. Today, we want to talk about miracle. What is the role of miracle in terms of Igbo spirituality or African spirituality? Before I start this topic, I want to thank so many people that have been contributing to the evangelization of African spirituality. So many people have been making one way support or the other, financial support to encourage us to go ahead with this evangelization. I appreciate them. I'm saying thank you. For those that are still yet to support us, you can as well chat me on WhatsApp. I will show you how you can be able to contribute financially to the success and growth of this Igbo spirituality channel, because the monies or the stipends or the things that you are giving to us, it goes a long way in encouraging, and it also helps us in acquiring some other things to make this particular video worth it while. So I appreciate so many people that have been contributing financially, morally, um, in so many ways to see that this particular channel keep going on, because I'll tell you the truth, it is not easy for us, but because of you, we're always here. And I appreciate those that are also liking my videos, that if you are the one that always watch my video and share it, I appreciate you. I say thank you so much for I say thank you so much for your wonderful works that keeping on, that my spiritual forces and my spiritual associates will always come to your rescue whenever you are in time of need. I appreciate you all. Today we want to hit the ground running by discussing the topic miracle. What is the role, or what should the spiritual seeker always look out for? Should you always seek miracle, or should you follow natural process or method when you are following this Igbo spirituality? Because so many people are having this kind of misconception about Igbo spirituality. Some are thinking about this voodoo or a get rich quick platform, and because of this, we started seeing so many charlatans. Some will say that they have been called, some say that they have been given that um, spiritual calling to carry out uh, being a spiritualist, being a DB and all that. Some claim what they are not. And let me tell you the real truth, nothing but the truth. This platform, it is not for a get rich quick um, method. If you are bringing in that particular method, you are not going to go far. Why am I saying so? It is because this platform is just a way of keeping people to remain spiritually active, because so many things around the world or in this universe, in this particular earth, can make you drift you away, because our society generally is centered on pleasure, and everything you're looking about in life is pleasure, pleasure, pleasure. People eat for pleasure sakes. People do certain things just to derive pleasure. Mm? And pleasure is a photocopy of happiness. Pleasure and happiness look alike, but they are not the same. Mm? So happiness is bliss. Happiness is bliss, because bliss is something that you are the highest form of happiness. That is bliss. And that's what every human being should be looking for. But I can tell you that each time you're always looking for pleasure, pleasure is an imitation of happiness. And each time you always get um, things that are pleasure related, they are like a marks of euphoric feeling of bliss. Mm? So sometimes that when you see when someone is excited, when someone is really excited and someone is really happy, then you can also get the same feeling when you are having pleasure. So We should not always mix the two. They are not the same. Don't always mix. This get rich quick syndrome has derailed the society. What I mean by society is the environment you're staying in. People are being worshipped because of the material wealth that they have acquired so far. And because of this, it makes some other young people to always seek that same path or that same platforms. Hmm? So most people are today, we have religious centers where people go for worship, where people go to worship. They are not going there because they want to go and thank God for keeping them alive, you know, um, being joyful and joyous about, being alive and all that. They're only going there to pray for things that will give them pleasure. So because of this, they are seeking for miracle. That is why so many people, when they come to me, they want to, they want to perform one particular sacrifice, they want to do this, they want to do that, just because they want to run away from, you know, some responsibilities. Because to me, I feel like when someone is trying to dodge from responsibilities, that person is actually deceiving himself or herself. So if you're witnessing any challenge, you should face it squarely. And this is the time that you can call up upon your spiritual forces to come to your aid. Then you have to realize that they will take it gradually. It has to be a gradual process. It is not something that you're going to use miraculous ways of doing it. Let me give for instance. So I want you that when you're coming into practicing Igbo spirituality, remove your mind, remove your mentality that you are using before when when you're following other religions. Because if you're using the same format for a new method, for a new environment or a new system, it will not work, right? So many people, when they come to me, that they want everything to be fast. Somebody is actually pressuring me, will this thing work? I told him that if anything has to take natural process, you don't need to force it. We we don't decide for spirits. Spirits are the one that decide. The only thing that the spirit does not have a flesh to operate. So that's why human beings are working for the spirit, because it's a spiritual world. Forget about what you've been told so far. It is a spiritual world. So maybe when you're coming into ordinary Igbo spirituality, then you will not start controlling spirit, telling them what to do and what not to do. They are not your slaves. They're not your slaves. So you can't start coming and telling them, do this, do that. No. Even in Igbo spirituality, the way we ask, the way we make our petition or ask for something, you have to beg them. You have to ask them to help you. You don't force them. You can't start looking as if you are forcing them. They're not your slaves. So that is what I wanted to let everyone that is coming into Igbo spirituality, don't come with that mentality that you want everything to be quick fix. That you are coming in, that you are told that when you feed your chi or feed your ndi chi, that's your ancestors, or feed your guardian angel, that automatically that you start seeing magic. It may work if it was the appointed time, because time is the original predictor of events. Because everything in life is determined by time. If it's not that time for it to materialize, it will not come into reality. Just the same way that you have going to the farm to plant your seed. If it is not the time for harvest, you can't start harvesting. You can't just plant something today and expect it to grow today, except if you're bypassing that method by using fertilizer, and you realize that any crop that grows using fertilizer does not give it doesn't, even the taste of that crop is slightly different from the one that came into a natural form. So why are people always seeking the shortcuts? Why people like seeking shortcuts to everything? People should always go through the natural method. Mm? And once you go through natural method, it will come without tears. It is a kind of wealth that when you are enjoying your wealth, you don't have any pain attached to it because it came through natural form, natural method. But when you bypass that natural method and go through the shortcuts that you wanted it faster, remember the spiritualist working for you will not tell you that it has repercussion when it is being followed by bypassing that method. The spiritualists will not tell you the truth. All they know is that they are trying to get their own money. That is why I'm always warning people. Not everyone you see on social media is real. Not every spiritualist is there to evangelize, to teach people the truth. Some are there because of what they will get. They are there to fleece people. And because of these people, they have made everyone that is doing spiritual work to always look bad. People are very careful not to spend their money on a spiritualist because they are afraid that they will be scammed. So how can someone make a promise to you without, at the end of the day, the person promised you? Sometimes it could be a 50-50 chance that sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. But if he follows natural method, it will surely work. It's not a matter of 50-50. I can give a guarantee on that because I've witnessed this. Personally, I've witnessed it. So it is something that it will take natural form. That is what we're teaching the whole world today, that Africa spirituality has come to stay. Whether any form of advent of technology that is coming forth, we are not shake. It doesn't shake me. Why? Because the truth remains the truth. The truth is not something you need to go around and start cajoling and all that. It is staring at you there. So what you must always do is to make sure that you're always patient to allow things to take their form. That's why so many of my videos are always using the plants that we plant in our farm, seeds that we plant in our farm. I always use them as a case study. I always tell you that once you plant that day, you're not supposed to expect it to grow that same day. You give it time. And when giving it time, consistency is the key. When you give it time, always be consistent with the normal prayer, the normal spiritual exercise. Don't just go and relent and relax and say you have done it and you're expecting results. It doesn't work that way. As a farmer, the moment you plant a seed in the farm. Once in a while, you go to the farm and take out weeds and take out all those unwanted plants around that seed that you planted so that it doesn't stagnate the growth of that particular plant. That is how it is done. So it doesn't mean that once you fed your guardian angel or you fed your ancestors that is all. You should just go and relax. No, it means once in a while you can still continue your spiritual exercise. Gradual. What spirit wants to see is that sometimes they're testing you to see how patient you are. And when they realize that you are consistent, that your mind is where you have invested, definitely one day a result will come out. And that is what I have been teaching for quite a long time. Don't just always expect quick fix, quick results, because sometimes quick results always come through unnatural methods. And so many occultists are there. Occultists are people that can pay higher sacrifices in order to get a quick result. And they will never tell you the consequences because they are only after their own pocket and their own money. You understand? They will bill you, they will tell you to pay a certain amount of money and all that. But at the end of the day, what is still crying will still be crying. They are not there because they want to solve that problem in totality. So please, let's take our spiritual life seriously. If this is your first time of watching me, my name is Emeka, the Chief Priest. My duty is to make sure I elevate your spiritual consciousness. Please don't be stingy by liking this video. If it is worth its while, you can also share this video. You can also like it. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please don't hesitate to subscribe to my channel. Thanks for stopping by. Legacy.